Hey, it's Joe, back here ranking the IMDb top 100. Today we've got the number 90 to 81. Let's get into it. All right, my number 90 is going to be Seven Samurai. Super famous film. Kurosawa, of course, is lauded in any critical list you're going to have. Um, I believe it was the first Kurosawa movie I saw. It's not my favorite, though. I actually like Ran, I believe, which is an adaptation of a Shakespeare play. But this one, it definitely has its influence just in movies in general. But I did feel like it was too long, and for what the story is, it while it does have like the movies that it influenced, um, I just felt like I wanted more. All right, number 89, High and Low, another Kurosawa movie. This one was interesting. Um, it's it's like almost like a was it like a like a hostage situation. Somebody gets kidnapped. It's like a almost like a corporate um, espionage type thing. I believe it has to do with the owner of like a shoe factory or something, and somebody that he knows gets kidnapped, and they want a ransom. Really cool thriller. Number 88 is going to be Life is Beautiful. Now, this movie might be significantly lower than a lot of people would rate it, only because it's definitely been over 10 years since I've seen it. I saw it at a pretty young age. Maybe if I saw it now, I might like it more. But having only seen it the one time, this is where I'm going to rank it. But obviously, it's like a super sad story about World War II, the Holocaust. But I just don't remember much about it. I just remember knowing that it's a good movie, but I would have to rewatch it again, and it might shoot up on the ranks. Number 87, Sunset Boulevard. Um, just an iconic like Hollywood movie. It definitely has its you could see like how it's referenced in pop culture or even in other movies. I think there's a joke in Ace Ventura about it, I think, or The Mask. I know Jim Carrey has made fun of this movie in one of his other movies, but it's where the famous "Oh, I'm ready for my close up," Mr. DeMille comes from. Um, I liked it. I thought it was solid. The lead actress, I believe, like a lot of the almost like the what makes the movie great is if you know that the main actress in this is almost playing like a version of herself, where the movie is about a silent era actress wanting to like break into the movies again, and there's like a whole plot around that. And the actress in this movie was a real life famous silent era actress. So there's a bit of that like meta quality to um, your that's going to contribute to your enjoyment of the film. Number 86, The Dark Knight Rises. And I would say that this movie, just the opening with like the plane sequence, is amazing. And I think that's a lot of what like has this movie on the top 250 in the first place is just because of that scene. Um, but the movie starts at that height, and I feel like it just goes down, and then it kind of like plateaus eventually. Um, it never quite reaches the height of that opening sequence again, in my opinion. Bane has been memed to death, but um, as a conclusion to the Dark Knight trilogy, it it could have been worse. So I'm not gonna complain too much, but definitely not as good as the Dark Knight. All right, I'm gonna get some people mad. My number 85 is Star Wars, Episode 4: A New Hope. Um, like I said in the last video with Return of the Jedi, I've just never been a diehard fan of Star Wars. I've always thought that the music and like the concept has been what has carried these movies so far in people's minds and like how they rate it so highly. I think if the music wasn't that good, I think nobody would be talking about these movies nowadays. But the music just is that good, and just the visuals of lightsabers, the concept of the Force, it really carries the franchise. But like I said before, just the characters, I've never thought that they were that good, and especially if you're trying to watch them nowadays, George Lucas has like Frankenstein them with like dog shit 2000s CGI instead of like leaving it alone. It's almost like a mission if you want to see the original cut of these movies. So technically, I've never seen an original version of these movies. So there you go. Number 84, marginally better, Empire Strikes Back. This one is just a little bit better than A New Hope for me, a little bit more interesting. You've got the iconic I Am Your Father scene. The Ewoks are cool. Um, just marginally better. Number 83, Pulp Fiction. Now, for a lot of people, this is definitely on the lower side, but this is actually one of my least favorite Tarantino movies. And it's because the way I rated it was, if you've seen Pulp Fiction, you know that it's like almost more than one story in the same movie. And the like John Travolta, like Mia Wallace, like the Uma Thurman story, 5 out of 5, amazing. But then the movie keeps going, and you've got like the Bruce Willis story, which I just don't like as much. Just completely like tanks, and like starting at that height with the John Travolta story, and then just like going down is never a trajectory that you want a movie to take. And then like just the final story with like Harvey Keitel, a little bit better, but just the Bruce Willis story really tanks this for me. So it never really reaches the height of that first John Travolta story, which is my favorite part of the movie. So that's why it's so low here. Number 82, Toy Story 3. Now, Toy Story 3 would have been a fine ending to the trilogy. It's not my favorite of the movies. But the fact that they did this movie and then they had the gall to keep going with Toy Story 4, now Toy Story 5, it almost like retroactively makes these movies worse. I swear to God. I hate when they do this, because you have it as like a conclusion to Andy's story, and it's supposed to like pull on your heartstrings and be like a nice ending to the story, and then they just keep going. But I don't know, it's so bad. But yeah, just think about it. Like I hate when they do this. But obviously, Toy Story 3, like just the length of time between the first movie to this third movie, and like growing up with this series is definitely like a big part of my enjoyment of why I like the Toy Story franchise. And maybe it'll contribute to why I hate the new ones so much. Maybe they're just better for a younger audience. But yeah, I was disappointed. And my number 81, the last for this list, I am going to be putting Witness for the Prosecution. So this movie is a Billy Wilder movie. It's not my favorite Billy Wilder movie, but he's made a lot of classics. It's from 1957. Um, I only saw it one time, but I was really impressed with like the courtroom drama aspect of it, the legal drama aspect of it, and also like the drama outside the courtroom. Um, and it has like Marlene Dietrich, famous German actress. Um, and I just found it like an impressive drama. I definitely recommend it. It's not my favorite Billy Wilder movie, but just like the trajectory of where the case goes and like the ending, I was really impressed. So that's going to conclude this part of my list. How would you rank these movies? Would you put them higher? Would you put them lower? Are you upset about where Star Wars is? Let me know down in the comments. Leave a like, and thanks for watching.